Hi, thank you for joining me. My name is StephG. I'm with Yoga with Lyme. I will be doing a Vinyasa practice today that I do after I run. The focus is going to be on the lower body. However, we will incorporate a little bit of the top. We will be using props. I use props. I believe in props. Just think they help with our alignment and they help with our comfort level. So the blocks, 2 blocks will be used. You do not have to have blocks, but I highly recommend it. It would be great. Excuse me. We're going to begin by doing breath work. We'll be doing alternate nostril breathing or Nadi Shodhan. So to begin, you will be sitting cross-legged position. It's fine to place something underneath your hips to give you a little bit more comfort, the edge of your seat. Sitting nice and straight, but not really tense. As you do this breathing, you can change the position of your hand. So you'll start with one hand. You are going to be using your thumb and your ring and pinky finger. And as we do this technique, the 2 fingers that are not being used, your pointing finger and your middle finger, you can curl them under if you would like. I will be doing that in the beginning. However, as I quit talking and we do the breathing on our own, I will be placing those fingers right about where my third eye is. It is an amazing feeling for me. It helps me to concentrate on that third eye, just to have a small meditation practice. And I will feel the lasting sensation of that as I do the yoga. And that is just a personal thing that I like to do. So if you want to curl your fingers under, that is fine, or you can place them here. So as you're started, find that comfortable seat. Hands are going to be softly on your legs. Pick up your right hand. And like I said, so we're going to begin taking a deep breath. We'll be breathing, just through our nose, inner nose and outer nose. So for our alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhan. So I want you to take a deep breath in through the right nostril. Close it with the thumb and breathe out with the left nostril. Breathe in with that left nostril. Close it with that ring finger and pinky. Open up with the thumb. Breathe out the right nostril. Back in. Pinch that. Open up. Pinch. Finish this round. Go ahead and place your hand back down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow there to be plenty of space in between. Take a deep breath in Exhale forward. See if you can go a little further. If you have any pain or discomfort, you can walk your hands up and out. Begin to walk your hands back towards you, bringing the soles of your feet in closer. Now, if you notice that your knees are rising too far up and it's just uncomfortable, you're welcome to support them with pillows or blocks. Again, inhale. Exhale, fold. Another great thing that you can do with your blocks is you can always place them in front of you for your fold. And walk your hands back up. Bring your feet behind you, coming onto all fours. Wrists are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Curl your toes under, pressing into those toes, back into your hips. Make your way into your first down dog. Fingertips are spread wide, no space in between your palms, pressing into your fingers to protect those wrists. You can widen your stance if you would like. And we're going to paddle our breath. So inhale, paddle one leg. Exhale, paddle the other. Inhale and exhale. In yoga, we breathe in and out the nose. Coming back to our down dog. Raise your head and look a little past your feet, your hands. We're going to take and bring the right foot forward. Now, if you need to step it up to get where you're going, that's perfectly fine. So bring that. Toes are both facing the top of the mat. Your legs are facing the top of the mat. Pushing in, coming into a high lunge. Your hips are like car lights. They should be facing forward. So beaming straight ahead of you. Pushing into your knee. Now, if you can't have your back leg straight, you may bend it if that's more comfortable or if it's more work. So make sure you're pressing back into the soles of the feet. Knee should be over your ankle. Lifting your arms. See if you can bend a little deeper. Lower the arms all the way down. Coming into a low lunge, the left leg is going to come all the way down. You can leave your toes curled under if you would like. I prefer not to, so So I will be stretching mine out. And in our low lunge, come on up, hands over. On your next inhale, stretch to your right. And exhale. Inhale back to the top. Exhale. Next inhale to the left. And exhale. Hands to the ground, left hand to the ground. Right hand can go to the knee if you would like, and just turn your shoulders towards the right. If this is uncomfortable, you can always have a block to put underneath your hand. For a little more, you can raise your arm up into the air. Come back down. Taking your right leg, we're going to extend it by leaning back, having a half split here. So for more intensity, if you would point your toes towards the ceiling, you could fold. Paying attention to your hips, where your headlight's facing. Bending into that right leg. Take, if you can, and what you will do is just move your left foot. So curl into the toes onto your left foot and kind of hop it up a little behind your right leg and have a seat. So now your right is crossed over your left. Inhale, float your left arm up. Exhale, turn towards the right, grabbing a hold of your right knee, twisting from our hips, from our belly, not into our back. Your right hand is down on the ground behind you for support. Squeezing your glutes together. Holding your abs in. Couple more breaths here. Let's begin to unwind. Coming back into our tabletop position, all fours onto the ground. Curling those toes under. Pushing yourself up and back, finding that down dog. Making sure that you're putting your weight evenly into your fingers and into your hands. Pushing into your hips. Maybe a couple of paddlings. This time we will take our left. So looking past your hands, bringing your left leg through. Toes are pointed towards the top of the mat. Come on up. Find that balance. Come on, Steph. I think my stances look too wide there. Bending into your left knee, just the same as like we did to the other side. Arms up, inhale. Inhale to the right. Sink a little deeper to the left. Bring your arms all the way down to the floor, each side of the foot. Right knee is going to bend, touching the ground. You can again leave your toes curled if that's how you prefer. I don't. So next, we'll make our way into that low lunge. Coming up. Making sure that you're protecting that front knee, keeping it in line with your ankle is the best. So if this is hard for you to do, I really recommend, so that you can have the right ankle, is to get blocks to help you and to find that. You'll also be able to sink in and to really enjoy the pose more. So we're just going to be in their low lunge. And then from here, you're welcome to place the block down. And twisting towards the left. Now, if this is enough for you, then stay here. If you would like a little more, extend your left up into the air. Trying to find, making sure your arm isn't trailing behind you or too far over. Find that balance. Bringing that arm back down, leaning back, shifting the weight into the right leg, extending the front leg, and to make sure you're not leaning towards the left or towards the right. Those headlights in front of you. Bending your left knee, coming back. Curl those toes on the right leg, and then you can hop the knee behind the ankle, coming into a seated position. Well, one of the things you want to make sure is that you're sitting on both of your sit bones and not leaning on one or the other. So sitting on your sit bones, sole of the foot on the ground. Take your left arm, place it behind you for support. And inhale, lift that arm up, find length in your spine. Exhale, twist. Now, while you're twisting, think of your thighs as squeezing together. Not lifting off the floor, but maybe internally rotating. And your abs are nice and knitted in. So not just hanging out, holding everything in. Really try to see if you can get just a little bit more. Begin to untwist, and I will meet you back on all fours. Again, curling into our toes, making sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Curl into your toes, lifting up, pressing into your fingers and the palms. Deep breath. Pick up your right leg. Maybe make a circle. And now the other way. Looking past your hands, stepping up and through. Take your back leg, your left leg, and turn it out so that it is now facing to the left, actually, and your right is going to be facing the top of the mat. Pushing into your hands, coming up into Warrior Two. So on this one, our hips are going to be facing towards the left now, not towards the front of the room. So towards the left, towards your side wall. You still are going to have that bend and be in protection of your knee. So make sure to keep that knee over. If you're a little bit behind, that's fine. We do not want to be going over. So find that place. Hands can be at your hips. And now let's take and lift your arms up. Make cactus arms for me and take them back. Do you feel that in your shoulders? How your shoulders pulled? With that motion, holding that. Keep that there. Keep that shoulders pulled tight behind you and extend your arms out. So holding that in. And let's lean back. Just a stretch, nice and easy. Looking up if that's comfortable for you. Coming back. Coming back, hands on the hip. If you have a block and it's accessible to you, should have told you to get it, my fault. Get that block. Place it right in front of your right foot. Right hand is going to go onto the block. Straighten your leg. Carefully, not putting a lot of tension. If you need a micro bend in your knee, that's perfectly fine and very accepted. Twisting towards the left. Try to stack your shoulders one over the other. Go ahead and start to bend in that right knee. Put the block to the side, coming on up, finding that Warrior Two. Great job. Rotate your foot by pushing in to your ball of your foot, coming to face the top of your mat. So twist on that ball of the foot. Place both hands down and frame your right foot. The right foot is going to go back behind to meet the left, and you will be in your down dog. Deep breath. Picking up your left, making a circle with that left, and now go the other way. Look past your hands, bringing the left leg through. So I will be having my back towards you, little ones. That's fine. So taking your right foot, spinning on the ball so that it is now facing the right wall. We will be coming up, pressing in, the same thing. You're going to have your body facing the same direction as your hips. Hands can be on your waist, protecting your knee. I am not that tall, did not need to be that far. And now let's take our right arm, as you were. Let's take our hands, have them out. And again, if you remember, doing the cactus arms, squeezing your shoulder blades, and then opening your arms, finding that warrior two. Drop your right arm down, keeping that bend, flicking your gaze up if you can. Coming back. The block that is near you, we will want to grab. Place it by your left. Want to rotate our body towards that right. Making sure to straighten the left leg. Begin to bend in to that left leg. You can move your block. Coming back into warrior. Warrior two. Straighten your left leg. And place your hands on your hips if you can, if that's accessible to you. Going to push and step up to the top of the mat. Coming up into the top of the mat, find your feet, looking down at your feet. Have them be about hip width apart. Rolling up, rolling up, rolling up. Arms over your head, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins, straighten your back. Lift your neck, stay here and breathe in and out. On your next exhale, fold. Your next exhale is folding. On your inhale, step back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees, allowing your knees to come underneath your hips. Readjust any items that you need, shoulders and wrists need to be aligned, hips and knees. Bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Just bring like so. Extending your right leg, coming down. And you are welcome to stay here. You can grab blocks at the if you would like to hold yourself up higher. If this is uncomfortable for you in any way, please come out of this pose. One of the things is that your left foot needs to be flexed. That's going to protect your knee. So making sure your left foot is flexed. Also, you do not need to be at a 90-degree angle. If you are, and that's comfortable, that's fine, but you may want to bring it in some. For a more difficulty, you can come all the way down as low as you want onto your foot. About 3 more breaths here. Begin to rise up, pushing into your arms. Go ahead and take that left back to meet the right. We'll do the same thing onto the right, bringing the right knee behind the right wrist. Extending that left leg back behind you, making sure the hips are facing forward and that you haven't put more weight on one side or the other. Again, you can use blocks to help you in this pose. If you're finding that there's too much space in between you, that's another thing you could do is place a block underneath you. And like always, you can come all the way down. Begin to push into your hands, bringing yourself back up, curling those toes under, lifting yourself up, remove any of your blocks out of the way and just place them to the side. Bringing your knees, put the big toes together, and you can take your knees and make a V with them as wide as you want. You could have them in, have them pushing back so that you are sitting on your heels, lowering yourself down, bringing your chest to the mat, forehead to the mat. Your arms can be behind you. They can be extended to the sides of you. You can have them a diamond shape. If there's too much room in between your feet, again, you can get a pillow, a bolster, whatever you need. Place it under you. And then come down into position. Blocks are also amazing. And for deeper, you can have your blocks. 3 more breaths. Begin to come out of the pose, pushing back. Still staying seated. Would like for you to take your hands and let's walk them to the left. I'll come back to the center. And now to the right. Walk back to the center. Come up to all fours. Move your bolster, your pillow, whatever you were using. Cross your feet at your ankles, coming back to a sit. Feet are going to come out in front of you. We're going to lower ourselves onto the back. If you need a pillow for support for your neck, that's perfectly fine. Soles of the feet are on the mat. Press into the soles of your feet. Before you do, shimmy your shoulders down, just a bit. Now, push into the soles of your feet, lifting your hips up off the ground. And if this is uncomfortable for you, you can always support yourself with a block or a bolster. Your hands can be over your head, or take your hands and try to shimmy down towards your ankles. Clasping your hands if you can, and pushing in. See if you can push your hips up just a little more. Unclasp your hands. Allow your hips to come down to the floor, leaving your left sole of the foot on the mat. Pick up the right. Have your right ankle cross the left knee. And if this is a good enough stretch for you, then just stay right here. If you need a little bit more, lift that left leg up. You can take your hands and go through your leg, or you could have a strap. Either way, pulling in. Really think of your right leg, not letting it come back into your belly all the way, but keeping it out. Muscles are engaged. You're able to do a full belly breath. See if you can squeeze just a little more. And go all the way back down. Right foot, sole of the foot is going to go on the mat. Left foot going to cross the ankle over the right knee. And if this is enough for you, stay here. A little bit more, you can bring, raising up your right leg, bringing the left leg towards you. And if this is enough, stay here. That's your yoga. If you need a little more, you can take your hands and you can always clasp behind your, on your thigh as well. Never on our knees. So the shin will be fine. Use that left elbow to keep the left knee from coming in. Left foot is flexed. Keep breathing. Go ahead and release. Soles of the feet going to be on the mat. Let's windshield wiper. Pick up both knees, bring them to your belly, give them a good squeeze. Maybe release and make little circles with your knees. Now the other way. Again, give your knees a squeeze. Maybe rolling side to side on your back. Rocking just a little up and down. Being careful of your neck. Squeeze in just a little tighter and hold. And release. Extending our legs out in front of us. You may want to have a blanket or pillow if you get cold during Shavasana, but making our way into Shavasana, final resting pose. Allowing your feet to just fall naturally, however they fall. Hands can be down at your side. Palms can be up or down, whatever feels the best for you. Do a quick scan over your body. Making sure that you're not tilted to one side or the other. Maybe take your hands, lift them up your own head and just kind of adjust it. It really feels good to even do this little adjustment to yourself. Bring your hands back down. Your eyes can close. Just allowing our body to kind of bask in the asanas that we just did. Find your breath again. And breathing in and out your nose. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. So breathe in your nose and we're going to exhale through the mouth and really release. So take a big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. See if you feel just a little bit lighter. We'll do that again. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Letting your stress, letting your worry go with that. Notice if you're clenching your jaw or your shoulders, and just relax and breathe into these areas. With your eyes still closed, make your way to your side. The knees can come up at about a 90-degree angle, forearm underneath the head for support. And just breathe. Let's bring the awareness to our body. And begin to scan from your toes, your heels, into your legs, upper legs, into your hips and your torso, your shoulders, your neck and your head, your hands and arms. Really, as you are scanning each area, notice how you felt before the practice and how you feel now. And be honest with your body. Scan yourself one more time. Begin to flutter the eyes open. Just taking in your mat right below you. Allowing your awareness to come back to you slowly. Begin to look around. When your body feels ready, you may bring yourself up to a seating position. And if you're not ready, you can stay there. Just be gentle with your body. Coming up into a seated position. This is a great time to go into a guided meditation or into a meditation of your own. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Give me a like and a follow. And also, if you're bold, give me a comment. Let me know how this practice was for you and what you'd like to see more of. Thank you so much again. May you be steady in difficult times, and may you always find happiness.